Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Andrea. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. I know that there's a lot on the internet and YouTube that tries to draw our attention, and so I'm very honored you decided to click on my video. So thank you so much. Today, if you know anything about me and have been on my channel, you know that I talk about tea. So today I am drinking Harney & Sons Decaf Earl Grey. It's just a really nice, delicious tea. I consider it to be floral, but I don't actually know if Earl Grey is considered floral. If anybody knows, let me know, because I certainly don't. But my taste buds enjoy it, so that's all that matters. All right, I have to tell you, I have tried to film this video 4 or 5 times now, and every time I found myself wanting to say something else, or wanting to pause the video because I forgot to mention this, or wanting to remember a thought. And so hopefully the 16th time is the charm. For this video, I wanted to do a reflection. A month ago, I posted a video called July Current Reads #1. I never got around to doing a #2 for July, and I did not do a July wrap-up video. And so I thought to myself, all right, that format doesn't quite work for me, and I wanted to explore a little bit of why it doesn't work for me, and then set a plan in motion. So there's a couple things happening here. So #1, I am a mood reader, and so I tend to gravitate to different genres depending what mood I'm in. And I have multiple books going at once because I like to jump around. So very much a mood reader. I also have found that because I'm back in school, I'm listening to audiobooks more than reading physical books right now. And some of the books that I mentioned in my last video are actual physical books. And so I found that since I started school, I have not picked these up. So I wanted to reflect on that and then make a plan to pick these up. Like I said, I am a mood reader, and 2 of the books I have, I consider pretty darn heavy. So A Thousand Splendid Suns is a beautiful book, but it is turning out to be a heavy book because it talks about a young girl who so far is not treated well at all, and has had a really hard life. So Miriam's life has not been easy whatsoever. I've read one section of the book. So the book happens in parts. So I read part 1 and now I'm entering part 2. So I set the book down because I just needed to read a romance book, and I also read a cleaning book, so self-help tidying book. And so I put this aside and now I want to go back to it. And so my goal for the week is to read 86 pages because that will get me to part 3. So part 2 is, at least from where I am, I'm on page 109 and it goes to 195. So I want to read 86 pages this week. I have a pretty busy week ahead. So part of me saying that I want to read it is me also setting a plan. So today is a Sunday, and so I am going to try to read as many pages as I can for my evening activity. I love sitting in my bed and reading, or taking a bath and reading, so I'm going to make reading this a priority. And then I think my Thursday evening is free, so for a portion of that evening, I want to read as well if I don't hit that goal throughout the week. So I know that those 2 windows, I can definitely read within. Then I want to start one day next week I'm visiting a friend over this upcoming weekend, so I probably won't start this book this week because I do want to focus on A Thousand Splendid Suns. So my goal is to start this next week. So hopefully that can happen. And if I find myself this week saying, okay, I need a break from this, then I'll pick this one up. So that's my plan. Finish this and then restart one day and actually read it and actually finish it because I really, really like it. It's a romance book, and from what I've read, I like the way it's set up, and I like how the author chose to write this book over 20 years, and it's snapshots of the same day from every year, like I mentioned in my July video. So I want to get to this one, but I think my goal was too ambitious in my July video, so I want to just finish this one and then go from there. The other book that I mentioned in that July video was the book Purple Hibiscus by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I'm reading this one for my international book club, and some of the members have already discussed it because our month for the book is up. But the nice thing about that is that I can put my review in the chat at any time, and that's one of the reasons why I joined that book club. It's on Discord, so I can put a review at any time, and if I fall behind, it's not a big deal. My loan for this one expired on Libby. This one is quite heavy as well, and there's abuse involved, and so I found that I could only read a little bit at a time because, like I said, mood reader, and also when content is really, really heavy, I need to switch over to something else and then go back to the book. So my loan did expire, but I'm in line again for it. I should have it in 2 weeks, and then I'll be able to finish that book. So I'm planning on doing that. And then I also started the book, The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls, because someone recommended it to me. I'm 50% of the way through that. It is a heavy book in that the kids live in a really unstable environment, and their parents make curious choices and have curious priorities. So I'm finding it really interesting to listen to this memoir. And so what I'm doing with this one is anytime I'm in my car, that's when I'm listening to this. So I've gotten through 50% just in driving around town, doing my different errands, and just, going to the grocery store, going to my silks class on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So just from being in the car, I finished 50% of The Glass Castle. And so I think that's a really great way to read a heavier book, is get the audiobook and then just listen to it while I'm driving around. So that has helped me. I realized that I have 3 pretty heavy books that I'm reading. I did finish one book today. It's called Curvy Girls Can't Date Quarterbacks, but then the can't is crossed out. I did enjoy it. I really enjoyed the message of the book. There were some plot details, though, or plot events that I wish had been kind of different. So I don't want to mention too much in here because this is not a review video, so I don't want to spoil anything. But if anybody's looking for something to read, I rated it 3 stars. It was pretty darn good, but not my favorite book, YA book that I have read recently. So take that as you will. But you might read it and think, it's fabulous. Like I said, the reason why I rated it lower was because of the plot points. I absolutely love the message that the author was trying to get across. So I want to make that very, very clear. Mine was about plot. I can usually go along with a plot if I really truly love the characters. I liked the characters in the book. But I didn't really truly love them, and so I was looking at the plot to really sustain the book, and like I said, I never want to be rude about someone's work. I loved the concept there. The messaging was very important, but there was something off for me. And someone else might have another opinion. Totally fine. Totally okay. You do you. If someone's read it and has a different opinion, please share it with me. And you might even persuade me to think differently about it. Like, I've had conversations with people and come back to books and read them multiple times, and then my opinion has completely turned. And I have thought about it more and said, oh, you know what? That was really great. Now that I've thought about it, now that I've reflected, now that I've read it again, my opinion has completely changed. So I always think that giving something a fair shot is important, and something, I mean a book. So the other book that I read during the month of July into August, was Metamorphosis. This is a really popular one, and I got my degree in English but hadn't read this. It's okay if you judge me. That's all right. No, I'm just kidding. So I wanted to join the club of people who have read Metamorphosis. Also, I've wanted this book cover for like 2 years. I love it. One of the classes I teach is creative writing, and so I talk to my students about the presentation of their stories and how graphic design or images or font can all affect and enhance a story. And so this makes me very happy that someone made this cover. I don't know who made this cover. Keenan. Go Keenan. I love this. So, all of this to say, this has just been a rambling video. I did not set up a script for this video. Like I said in my last one, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And for this one, I saw the July video and thought, ooh, I need to reflect. I need a reflection moment, a moment of reflection, if you will. So my goal, finish at least one section of 1,000 Splendid Suns this week, if not more, but I'm just going to start with the second section into the third one. And then if I can read this, great. But then also actually finishing the Glass Castle, I should be able to do that because oops, sorry, I moved my computer. Oh, geez. I have, I think, 5 hours left. So maybe I will read or listen to it outside of my car and when I'm working this week, and have some prep time, and when I'm doing data entry or something where I can multitask, then maybe I'll listen to this one. That's a good plan. So what I wanted to ask you, thank you if you stuck around. Thank you so much. This video has just been a type of journal for me and reflection. And if you ever start books, put them down, or you get busy and then pick it back up, or you have to switch to something, or you read multiple books, or something catches your interest and then it loses your interest, then catches your interest again. If you're in any of those boats, if you do any of that with reading, please let me know. I know some of my friends, once they start something, that's what they're on, they finish it, and then they move on to the next book. And then some of my friends, like myself, are mood readers and then jump in between books, and then have some that are sitting there for a little bit more, for a little bit longer, for a greater amount of time. They're sitting there and then they come back to them. So if you're in either camp, let me know. So if you're on team, read one book and finish it, let me know. And if you are a mood reader like me and then jump between multiple books, and then sometimes, maybe or maybe not, leave a book 3 pages into it unread and then come back to it, let me know. Let me know how you, I don't know, manage your reading, or what type of a reader you are. Maybe that's a better way to say it. What books are you reading right now? Do you have any recommendations? I have a whole house of unread books, but I always like to ask for recommendations because, like I said, sometimes I'm in the mood for a book that someone has recommended, and sometimes I'm in the mood to read one of my own. So, and I can always get things on Libby. I think that getting things from the library is super, super important, but then also it's nice to not spend money on it, but then also support the library system. So both of those things are a win. I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I want to goof around with trying out different videos and see what people respond to. But then also, this channel was meant to be a place for me to reflect and discover new things about who I am as a reader, who I am as a thinker. And so I wanted to just see what came about a conscious stream of thought, kind of like writing in a journal. So this is my journaling for the day. I'm just kidding. I have 2 other journals, but this will be my video journal for the day. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you're like me and have had a book sitting there for a while, no judgment. We don't judge here. But maybe, hopefully, this will motivate you to pick it up and set the intention of reading it this week. I am definitely setting the intention of finishing the 86 pages, and then I'll go from there. And maybe once I start, I will end up reading more of it, because I find the book to be really well written and really interesting. So it's kind of interesting that I haven't picked it up, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, I'll go ahead and end it there. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here. I love chatting with you guys in the comments. So to the people who leave comments, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Every time one pops up, I have a big old smile on my face, and I can't wait to respond. So thank you, everybody. I will see you next week, and hopefully I will have made progress in this book. You know what? Let me say, I know I will have made progress. I don't know how much, though. All right. See you soon, everybody. Bye.